Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to another video here on Crafting on Ilum. Today we are going to be talking about ICCCON. 3C's ICCCON. I have to remember and say it out loud to myself. So we're going to be talking about the convention that I just went to this past weekend, and we're also going to be talking about everything that I got at ICCCON. I'm just going to call it Icon. I heard it on someone's like YouTube channel slash podcast. It's just easier to say it like that, but the spelling will be correct in the video. So this convention was it's more geared towards like hardcore collectors. I feel like even if you're just starting, because my collection is still pretty new and smaller than the hardcore collectors, but it's definitely grown in the last 2 years significantly. So it was really cool to go to this convention that was collector based. This is just one of those cons. It's not, like one of those really big cons like San Diego Comic Con or Fan Expo or things like that. It is a smaller con. But I think, that's why I enjoy going to these types of cons, because it's more community based, I feel. And not to say like those big cons aren't fun. But I think as a smaller content creator, it's just so nice to be able to connect with other content creators you see there and just chit chat. And the smaller the con and the celebrities that are there, they're more comfortable and have more time to be able to talk with you and chat up a storm. So all that to say is that I really enjoyed my time at Icon, and definitely want to go next year. Here is the badge art for the convention. That was really cute, really cool. The artist on there is Jeremiah Pantoja. So I saw his booth actually, and if you've watched my a vlog or review of the con, just like video based, like while I was there, just getting the footage that I could. I think I got his booth in there a couple of times, and he had some really great art, and he does like custom work too. Like if you give him a toy or a collectible that you want him to do particular art on, he'll go ahead and do that, and it's just custom. But so he did the art for the badges, and really cool, really fun art. Really talented. So yeah, ICCCCON was really fun. Met a ton of people that are mutuals on social media, got to meet them for the first time and hang out. And I think another thing that makes this con so special is that because it's so collector based, they have these things called lobby sales. And if you watched my other video, my vlog, I literally do like a panorama around the lobby, and it's just big, like one big sleepover for collectors, and it makes you feel like a kid again when you're down there and collecting and like showing your friends what you got. And so even if you weren't a vendor, you could, like just normal attendee, you could bring your collectibles that you wanted to sell, and you just put like post-it notes, have like your Cash App, Venmo, whatnot on your phone, or like just take cash only, and you set it up, and everyone just like goes and roams around and finds really cool finds. And it wasn't just in the lobbies too. So like after a certain hour, everyone packed up their stuff again. So once the con ended, let me backtrack. Once the con ended at like 6 o'clock on Friday when I was there, at 6 o'clock when the con ended, everyone went up to their rooms and hustled and got all of their collectibles in suitcases and whatnot, brought down tables, had like little display shelves, and if you didn't have that, you could just lay things on the floor. So it truly was one just giant convention sleepover, because the convention was in the Sheraton Hotel. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if I mentioned it, it is in Nashville, Tennessee. So that is where this ICCCCON took place. And so people would go up to their rooms after the con, bring down all their stuff, display it however they could display it. And then people would wander around, and then I think at like 12 o'clock approximately, or maybe a little bit earlier, they would pack up all their stuff again and take it back up to their rooms and display it in their rooms. And like in the elevators, there were like these pieces of paper that said like the room number, and then, you know, what they were selling, or like if, you know, they could be open a specific time or whatever to come by and like purchase things and look. So again, just one big sleepover, and I really cherish these smaller cons because of the atmosphere, community, that it's so centered on. And also, biggest shout out to the people who put on these conventions. Like, I went to Rebel Scum Con, and while they didn't have the lobby sales, it was very much the same vibe that I got at ICCCON, um, because everyone is just like so pleasant and happy to be there. And the celebrities are really, really nice. And, you know, again, like I mentioned, very open to just chatting with you. And like, because of the way that this is put on or thrown, the celebrities are more comfortable. You know, it's not like a rushed big con where they're exhausted from doing autographs and whatnot. Like they're like, if you go up to their table, you're not, while you might be there to get an autograph, it's not necessarily like your only intent, like, okay, be there at this time, get in line, get my autograph, go. Like, you could go get your autograph and then the next day just like go up and start talking to them and asking them questions about things. And like, you know, they're people too, so when you ask them things that like get them going, like get them interested and excited to talk about, like it just makes them feel even more comfortable and just at ease. And the people who throw these cons, I think, really put a whole lot of time and energy into their vision and creating that community, and everything that they do, you know, keeping ticket sales at a certain price, so the type of celebrities they have go to the convention, or the way, you know, that it's set up, or like their location, like everything that goes into these conventions, it blows my mind because they have a vision and they're focused on community, and it takes so much time and energy and money to throw these conventions. And so I'm in awe by going to these smaller cons like Rebel Scum Con and ICCCON. Um, and so I believe the owner of this con is called Mike. It's not called. His name is Michael Haven. And I briefly saw him like on a couple of interviews on some podcasts, and he was just describing like the passion that he has for it and the amount of time and energy that goes into it, and um, just reiterating like what I had just said based off of what I saw in the podcast that he was talking about. And so I just have like this deep respect for the people who throw these conventions because they're so much fun and these people are so genuine. And they really do put their whole heart into these conventions. So definitely check out Rebel Scum Con and ICC Con. Very similar. And so I had a really, really great time getting to hang out with other content creators, seeing other cosplays, seeing like a wide variety of collectible items. Picked up a couple of items myself that I wasn't necessarily planning on getting, but you know, it always happens at these cons. So yeah, I'm just grateful that I have the ability to go to these conventions and be able to just hang out with friends, like really great people, where all the kind of like negativity kind of just melts away when we're at these conventions. And so it's been really, really, really fun these past couple months going to these different conventions. So without further ado, me rambling, all that to say, you know, it was a great con. If you are interested in these types of cons, definitely try and mark your calendars for next year. I'm not exactly sure when ICC will be next year, or where it's going to be at. I believe Michael stated it's going to still be at the Sheraton, but I could be wrong. So just make sure that you're following their page. I will put the link below. Oh, before I forget, he also mentioned that he is starting a non-profit for ICC, to be able to donate, to be able to help the convention, and you know, be able to put it on every year. So I will also try and find any information or links regarding that, and put them in the video below, or the description underneath the video below. So just check that out if you're interested. And then if you haven't already seen my vlog, make sure to go check that out, because it's about 10 minutes, and so it's very quick. And I show everything that I did the weekend, from getting on the plane to, or being in the airport to go to Nashville from Ohio, because I just recently moved from Texas to Ohio. And so going to the Ohio airport, and then going to Tennessee, and then hanging out with the various content creators that I'm sure a lot of you are following or mutuals with, because they're amazing. And so you'll see them in my videos. You'll see all the vendors. You'll see the layout of the floor. I went to a Billy D. Williams panel. And so that was really, really fun to get to attend, because these original trilogy actors, they're getting older. And I think that we're really, really lucky to be able to see them at these conventions and see them in the panels, because they are older, and they've been doing this for years. And so I am appreciative of their time and going to these conventions, because time passes, and it's nice to be able to, at that time, like, so many people are passing at the moment. So at that time, being able to be like, yeah, I remember when I saw Lando Calrissian on stage, and whatnot. So it's great. It's a great opportunity to be able to see these original trilogy actors. Anyways, so I'll make sure to put all those links below. Be sure that you're following both those cons if you're interested in those smaller cons. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump right into everything that I got at ICCCON.
Damn, what is that, bro?
I have all my badges like on that like little command strip, because I like to just see them as like my badges of honor, because it started with LA Comic Con back in 2022, first con ever. I knew of cons. I thought that San Diego Comic Con was like the biggest Star Wars convention that you could go to, amongst like other fandoms when I was really young. But then getting older, I realized that there was more conventions. Super nervous to go to conventions by myself, and so I just went headfirst and went to LA Comic Con. So anyways, these badges are my badges of honor, because every time I go, I feel like I'm pushing myself out of my comfort zone, because I am extremely introverted and shy and awkward, and small. And so these like big crowds, at these larger conventions can be daunting, but probably why I stick to the smaller cons too, because I'm able to navigate without getting too lost. But anyways, these are my badges of honor, and I'm really excited to add this to my collection of badges for conventions. And a couple of other items that were like exclusive to the con are a couple of patches that I got, because at conventions, I think maybe just the smaller ones, I'm not sure because I haven't gone to too many larger ones, but they have like little scavenger hunts that you can do. And so I got a couple of patches here. This Ahsoka patch, super cute. And then I also got this patch. And then I also got this other one, Greedo, or just any species or alien that looks like him. So actually there's something on the back too. Let me see if it says the name of it. No, it does not, but that's okay. Anyways, so it just reminds me of Greedo. But Josh Phillips, it looks like a Tennessee Star Wars Collectors Club. Josh Phillips is the artist, I believe, for these patches. I'll link their shop below, or his shop below, because I did follow him on Instagram. I chatted with him for a little bit. He was really, really nice. I think he gave me one of these for free, and then was like telling me about the scavenger hunts and whatnot. So anyways, got these patches. Got these patches at ICC, and then there was like, more on the back. And yeah. just regular patch. So I got a couple of patches. I have this idea of making a vest, so like an actual vest. Not with like sleeves or anything. It has cute little bow ties in the front. I'm thinking of making a vest and just putting a whole bunch of like Star Wars patches all over it. So I'm excited to do that because I need to alter it because it is a bit big on me. But I got the vest and I have these patches. And the reason why I got the vest is because of these patches, because it gave me this idea to make a vest full of patches to be edgy. And then I, perused around a little bit on the floor and I found this really cool postcard. Shout out to Tony Star Wars Sith because he met up with me at some point on Friday and like told me about them and showed me the booth where I got them. And so there are these like photo cards, vintage photo cards. And I don't know why this one just kind of spoke to me because this is a straight up mood. Han Solo Harrison Ford is oh, wrong side. Han Solo Harrison Ford is a mood and the scene is really funny to me. So yeah, he's an icon, right? So I got this photo card and it'd be really cool. This is just a hope, a wish. I'm not sure. I know that I think he was Hulk. So he is Hulk, or the Red Hulk, in recent Marvel media, coming out soon. But I'm hoping that I can meet him at a convention and have him sign this postcard. And then maybe at some point meet Anthony Daniels and have him sign it. Like, it'd be epic. It would be epic. But I just love this moment. So that's why I got this postcard. So yeah, so got patches, this postcard, got my badge of honor, and then I also at the same booth found a Qui-Gon Jinn minifig, and I'm pretty sure the ones with like the yellow faces. I love Legos. I have a ton on my shelf, but I'm not like too informed on what's the older ones and what's like the most valuable Lego pieces and sets. But I think the ones with like the yellow colored faces are the older ones, and so I found this Qui-Gon Jinn minifig. Please focus. I don't know if it's gonna focus for y'all, so it's just gonna have to be over here. But it has his little cape and his little ponytail, and he's so cute. I love him. I love me Qui-Gon Jinn. Anything Qui-Gon Jinn, give me the merch for that. So there that is. Super cute. So he will be in my shelving of Legos. Really cool find there. And then let's see, what else did I get? Oh, okay. So the lobby sales, I looked around and it was just chaos, and I won't lie, I was a little overwhelmed just by the chaos, but it was a fun chaos. And so I looked like once and tried to do as much digging as I could, and I found this really cool book. And I think that my goal at these conventions are going to be to start finding old Clone Wars, like the Clone Wars series and Rebels merch. I love small shops. I love all of the merch. I have a small shop, so like I love all like the new fandom merch, but what I want to find is like the old stuff that was released, such as this book. While it's definitely updated, but like just like stuff like this. Like I have these CDs from Clone Wars that I found at Goodwill and things like that. And I'm also into like the Rebel comic books recently. So like I just want to find more stuff like this because it's just so cool to me. I think this is to me what the Kenner vintage toys are to older people. I am 26 though. I do feel like I'm 40. But anyways, like I just think that feeling of finding these types of finds are like people getting like the Kenner figures and whatnot. But that's just my take on it, my interpretation. But it's a character encyclopedia book, and it has all like, oh, like look at this inside, but it just has all these characters, all these random characters, right, that we see in Clone Wars, and it's all documented in here, and it's just, I love it. Like I'm terrible with names, and memorization. I'm like, oh yeah, that one character who looks like this, but like I'm not super well informed of like, oh, this is something something something. So I can't even think of a name. Let me find a random character's name that I'm like, huh, I would have never remembered that. Oh, from that droid episode that is actually Dave Filoni's favorite episode that he created. Meeber Gascon, the frog, when they go on that mission. Look. Oh my god. Chaos. Look at that. Look at the guy. Meeber Gascon is his name. Who would remember that? Like, I'm sure that there are people out there who remember those names because maybe it just like sticks with them randomly. Like, oh, it's a fun name. I'll remember that. But me, no. I remember what he looks like. The frog guy from that droid episode where they find Gregor. But like, do I remember his name? No. Do I remember every droid's name? Hyphenated name? No. Do I remember all of the Jedi from the planet Ilum when they went to go craft their lightsabers with Huyang and Ahsoka and Yoda? Like, no, I don't. But now I will. Yeah. Anyways, this book is amazing, and I want to find more stuff like this. And I might make a reel, just showcasing some of the pages on here because I think this is really cool. And it's so crisp, and it was in such good condition when I got it, and it was $5. $5. This is in euros? Euros? $12.99? $5 for this? Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, this is really cool. I'm really proud of that find. Okay. And then I got some other items from smaller shops, specifically Hans Pin. She's the sweetest. Ran into her a couple of times, was able to talk with her, and I got this Tooka doll that her mom actually crochets. Pays her mom. She is an employee. But this really cute Tooka. And I also got B2 Emo keychain. I'm gonna go grab it real quick. So I went to go get the keychain that I got because I love me some Andor merch, and there's not a whole lot that out there Andor merch that I like. So I'm very particular, I guess. And so this one I had to have this cute little B2 Emo B keychain. Super cute. Super cute. And then she included a free sticker. Free Tooka doll sticker. Omega's Tooka doll. Hope I'm saying that right. So yeah, so I got that. And then there was this other small shop vendor, and he had a whole bunch of helmets, and I don't know the name at the top of my head. I don't think I got a card or anything, but he had some really cool custom helmets, Star Wars helmets that he made, and it is in my video. I did show a portion of his booth in my vlog video. But anyways, he had these really cool Republic Commando helmets, and I passed by a couple of times, and I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't get it. Where are you going to put it? Where are you going to fit it in your suitcase? Because because I had a carry-on and then my actual suitcase, but I didn't pay for like a checked bag. And so one of my large suitcase was all cosplays, and then my carry-on was like helmets and civilian clothes, so it was already packed as it is. I have no idea how I fit all this stuff. Like, while this stuff is small, I'm telling you, it was extremely packed. So I am surprised I was able to fit all of this. Anyways, so I was like, don't get it. You don't have any space. And then the guy was like, so he was selling these for $95. And then he was like, you know what? I really love your cosplays because I dressed up as Bix and Trilla. And he's like, I really love your cosplays and you're super nice. So I will give it to you for $75. And I was like, why? Why would you tell me that? That's how they get you. And I love these about the cons too, right? Like, they're like, hey, I really love this thing that you're doing, or like you're like talking about your content and pages, and you make friends, and they're like, hey, like, I'll give it to you for this price, I normally sell it for this, but like, I like this. So Anyways, he gave me a pretty decent deal, I think, on it, and I just really wanted a Republic Commando helmet. Scorch had already sold. I think he said like within the first day, and so I was like, I really want it. I want more helmets. So while it's smaller, I don't mind because it fits on my shelving at the moment. But I got a really cool Republic Commando helmet. I just thought it was cool. I just thought it was unique. Like it's not a big custom helmet. It's just this like cute little bite-sized helmet that was custom made. And I'm not saying like this isn't a character from Republic Commando. I'm just saying like someone, made it with their hands. Like it wasn't made in a factory like my can't point. My Phase 1 Clone Trooper helmet that I got. So I just thought it was really cool, really niche. So got that for 75, stuck it in my Trilla helmet and like wrapped it with like clothing. And I save the best for last because I have been on the hunt for the Black Series Second Sister figurine, and I was looking on Mercari and I found it and I ordered it, and then the seller never sent it, so I had to cancel my order. I was very sad about that. So I've been looking for it, and I've been looking for just more Second Sister stuff because I have my helmet. And I just want her to have like her own shelf because she is me. I am her. And one day when I meet Elizabeth, I will bring all my stuff. I'm just kidding. I will bring one item to have signed, but I just want to be able to have that signature, to have a specific spot in my collection and just have like a really cool aesthetic shelf for her. So yeah, so I have her helmet and I have that poster. I still need to get a frame large enough to hang it. So I have that, and I just want to add more stuff. I need to get her Funko. I think there's a minifig out there, and maybe one or two other items. Definitely on the hunt. If you see anything, send it my way because I will get it. Those are my three things right now. Rebels comic books, Rebels and Clone Wars when it was coming out, like merch, and then Trilla stuff. That's what I'm focused on right now. Anyways, I found the Black Series figurine for a Trilla, and she is gorgeous. Look at her. Look at her. Move that. Get the glare out. There she is in all her glory. She has some snap-on shoulder pads, and then her Inquisitor saber. And yeah, maybe I can have this signed by her. We'll see. We'll see what part of my collection I'll have signed by Elizabeth. So, super cool. So glad that I found this. It was $20 cash. Yeah. So that's all that I got at the convention. Probably would have got more if I had more room, but I did not. Ricky at Pop's Bounty Collector Bounty Hunter. I have to look up his name. Hold on. I don't want to get this wrong. Pop the Bounty Collector. Terrible with handles and whatnot. So, he actually got me a pin because there was some exclusive pins that were done by the same person who gave me and talked with me for the patches. So there was some exclusive pins that I had gone on Saturday to go and try and pick up, and they said that they sold out, and they sold out within the first couple of hours or whatever of that day, and I was like, perfect. Ricky did me a favor, shout out Ricky, for going to go get me one of those exclusive pins, and it was an Ahsoka Tano droid pin. So I'm really excited to receive that at some point. No rush, Ricky, no rush. Anyways, I'm excited to get that pin to add it to my collection from my haul from ICC. So anyways, yeah, that's everything that I got at ICCCON Icon. And again, big shout out to all the people who volunteered there and were a part of the convention, vendors, celebrities. That like it was just a really great con, and I'm so glad that I got to meet so many of you guys while I was there. Do apologize if I was awkward or sweaty in my cosplay. But the show goes on. So yeah, so thank you everyone who was there, put the convention on. It was really, really fun to be able to go. I went as a regular attendee and I had the best time. And we'll try and be out there next year, and we'll be trying to go to these smaller cons, maybe some larger ones. We will see what we end up going to later on this year. But yeah, so the next couple of videos, we'll see what we do. Thank you guys for watching, tuning in to this week's episode here on Craftin' on Ilum. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a video. Hit that like button if this was an enjoyable video. And also comment below what part of the haul was your favorite item that we picked up at ICCCON. And yeah, appreciate you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.